Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to You Don't Win Anything with Kids. And it is the first game of the brand new season. We have a really good squad built up now over the closed season. Let me show you who we've got in very quickly, because I don't think I've shown you guys my new signings yet. So let me see if I can find... No, I don't think I'm going to do it like that. Alright, we'll leave it like this. So who have we got? Callum Driver. Signed him from Whitehawk. Can't remember how much he cost us now. Fair amount though. He's there to be backup in defence, really. Defensive. Well, he can play all across the back, which is quite surprising actually, because for my Whitehawk team, he can only play left back or right back. So to see him being able to play centre back as well, he's better than I thought he would be when I put in the original offer for him, which is good. I like that. And it means we have defensive cover. So if our left back gets injured, if our right back gets injured, or if our centre back gets injured, we can replace them whilst only having one player on the bench to cover all three of those positions. So that's an advantage for us. Who else have we got? Anthony Stewart, I believe he's new. 22-year-old, came from Whitehawk as well. Bought him for 100,000, although that's actually... we'd pay most of it in instalments, so I wouldn't bankrupt the club, don't worry. Again, centre-back, there for defensive cover if anything. Can improve, will improve. Let me just see... There you go, potential ability, pretty good. I'd say he'd be a good Football League player. Maybe League 1 at the maximum. David Stevens, of course I was going to sign David Stevens, why wouldn't I? He was so good for us last year, and he's back for us again this year. Wasn't cheap though, and he's also on quite expensive wages, but he can stick around with us for the next 3-4 years, so I'd say that was a good signing. Plus, if we sell him on, it'll probably be for more than we paid for him anyway, so can't really complain at that. Jordan Rose we already had. All these guys, they're the old familiars. Ross Jenkins, brought him in, 24-year-old, came in from Havant and Waterlooville. We actually bought him from Havant and Waterlooville. Used to play for Watford, and I'm surprised he's dropped as far down as the Vanarama South, because I thought he was better than that. But I keep doing that. He has pretty good stats. Coach report. Looks like he'd be a good player. Again, he's there just for midfield cover, really. Our main midfielders are Delamond, Bobo, Wilson, McGregor, McConnor. We don't have McGregor. McConnor, Douglas Pringle, and Wilson. I think I said Wilson. I'm really not with it today. Abdullah's still there. Go down a bit further. Barry McNamee, young, 23-year-old, attacking midfielder, left midfielder, centre midfielder. Can also play left back. Did not know that either. So that's good. Means he can cover a lot of positions. He came from Derry City. Spent a little bit of money on him, but again, the future looks bright for this guy. Looks like could be a good... There you go, good player for most League 2 sides. And he's joined us now, so that's a pretty good signing. We also brought in Wes Thomas on a free transfer. Greg Spence on a free transfer. He's a young striker. Joined us from Scotland. Smith still wants to leave. Arsenal keep putting in bids of about 4 million for him, but I'm not keen to see him leave. I'd rather he stayed for another season, or at least half a season, to help fire us to promotion. Right, like I said, we have got a match today, and it's against Dartford. It's an away game, which is rare for us, first game of the season. This is the lineup I had for my last pre-season friendly, and we actually lost that one, so I'm not keen to keep that team. I'm going to clear the entire team selection, and we're going to start from scratch. So let me scroll down. Quintaka's injured. He's got a hernia, out for 4 to 5 weeks, so that means we're going to have to put O'Brien in goal, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, O'Brien's just as competent, if not more so. Villa is also injured, so it's going to have to be Grant at right back, Jones at left back. Now, centre backs. Obviously, Stevens is our captain for this season, so in my mind, he has to start every game. We also have players like Haynes and Kirch. Haynes is 2-star, Kirch is also 2-star, Stewart is 2-star, and Goy is 1-star. Not very good. Rose is half a star. I'm surprised we kept Rose, actually. I thought he might have left by now. Furlong is 1.5 star. Hogan is not even 1 gold star yet. But he's getting there. I think Haynes would probably be good in that position there. alongside Stevens. The midfield, I have to start Abdullah because I promised him I would. So he will start in the deep position. Delamond will of course start in the slightly more advanced position. And now the front three. Well, I'd like Wilson on the right hand side because he is a very, very strong-minded attacking player. Ortega on the left. Where's Beckhold? Is he injured? Yeah, he's still coming back from an injury. We have a lot of injuries in the attacking department at the moment. Not very good. Not very good at all. So I suppose we could put Francois in the hole and Spence up top. And then the bench can be King, Driver, let's go Akame, Drewson, and McNamee. That'll do me. That's a pretty good team. Not our strongest by a long shot, but it'll do. Right, we have to give squad numbers to some players. So McNamee needs a squad number. Let's give him 17, and Spence needs a squad number 35. We have a big allocation of squad numbers right now. It is quite crazy how many squad numbers we've given out for this season. I think a lot of our youth players got them as well. Oh, your team selection has offered little by way of surprise. Really? I'm just going to go neutral for that one. I'd rather talk about the 11 players who will be starting the match. Yes. I'd rather talk about the 11 players. How much of a boost is Steve McNulty's absence? Yeah. Especially as I know who Steve McNulty is. And I don't think he's missed for Luton at all. So I'm not sure if he'd be missed for any other team. Right, we have kickoff. I did notice throughout pre-season we were moving the ball around okay, but we could have done a lot better in certain areas. And I think that ball from Jones there sort of sums up what I mean. Could have done a lot better there. Decided not to. Just decided to punt it forward and ended up losing possession. Now it's a free kick from Jones which went over the bar. Alright, Grant throws it to Francois. Plays it short to Wilson. Crosses it in. Oh, Spence should have been on the end of that. Delamond with a pretty poor volley. Jones picks it up now. Move the cursor out of the way. There we go. Jones also not a very good ball. He's slightly out of position, but Abdullah was there to make the interception. Into Delamond. Forward to Ortega. And the keeper just got there before him. I will be quite surprised if we win this game by a large margin. 1-0, 2-1, something like that I would take quite happily. I prefer to keep a clean sheet, so I'd take a 1-0. If we win it like 3-4-0, I'll be quite surprised. Because I don't think this is our strongest team by a long, long way. There's a lot of key players who aren't out there today. And I imagine we'd miss them quite a lot. You can see already that the team is struggling. Got a couple of new players bedding in still. Stevens is still learning the ropes, so's Spence. I can imagine that would have a small impact on the team dynamic. Especially when your captain's new as well. He doesn't really know anybody that well. Although that was a good commanding header there to find Delamond. And he wins a free kick, which I'm guessing Jones would fancy. It looks like Jones standing over it. Yep, he's played it sideways. Little 1-2 with Haynes. Into Francois now. Couldn't get his feet sorted. That's really frustrating on this game when that happens. You can see a player gets played in a really, really good position and they just can't get it out from under their feet to do anything decent with it. That does irritate me. There's O'Brien going for a little wander. Played the safe pass to Abdullah though. Delamond forward to Wilson. Goes for goal. Wow. I mean, it was close, but again, wasn't really expecting that. I thought he'd have played it a bit safer. Or even just look for the pass. So yeah, I'm a bit surprised by that. Right, Delamond on the ball. Inside to Francois. We're starting to move the ball around better now. Keeping possession. Creating lots of space as well. Good movement there from Spence. Finds Delamond. Squares it to Francois, and that's a fantastic team goal. Good movement all round. Spence dropped deep. Francois moved forward. Made up the space. and ends up helping us score a very, very good goal. Good movement from Abdullah as well. Clever little ball there, the little reverse. Good run from Delamond. Francois in acres of space in the centre, nobody picking him up whatsoever, and he finishes it. And it looks like we've sold our away allocation as well, which is also good to see. We have a good following. We are actually in the process of rebuilding our stadium, putting more terracing in and more seating to comply with league regulations, it says. But I'm sure it's for our financial gain as well. But because of that, I was moaning before about having to share stadiums with bigger teams, and we're having to do that now. For some reason, even though I put down that Stevenage are our local team, and there's teams like Watford as well that are near Welwyn Garden City, for some reason we have to share with Millwall. So our home matches for the first half of the season at least are going to be played at the Den, which I'm not happy with that, to be honest. I think that's a really... I know it's done on reputation, and I gave my team a high reputation, but even so, I still feel like it's a really unrealistic thing to happen in football. You just wouldn't get that anywhere. You'd match a team that have similar ambitions to your own. Right now we need to defend. O'Brien managing to get the ball at the near post. Let me get rid of that window actually. I don't really care that Wilson's injured. Or that Grant's injured, really. Half-time's approaching, we'll sort it out then. Neither of them are badly injured, they just picked up small knocks. See, Grant still won that header there, perfectly fine. Jones has just been turned inside out. Good challenge from Haynes, and Abdullah managed to put Bradbrook off. Need to do better than that. Need to be a bit more convincing when we're defending. Too much space given to him in the middle there as well. Grant closed him down eventually and did a pretty decent job of it, to be honest, but we need to get out to them a bit quicker. They've got a bit of an area where they're floating around between our midfield and defence, which, to be honest, we kind of have as well with Francois. So I suppose it's a bit of a mixing match. Right, Jones tried to play it forward. Francois to Ortega, into Spence. Wilson was making movement, but ball's gone back to Francois. Back forward again to Spence, who fell over. Abdullah now to Ortega, forward to Spence. He goes for goal, and that's a good effort actually. That's a good effort from Spence. Forced a good save, and now Wilson with the corner. Again cleared by the first man. Needs to do better than that. Spence to Haynes, to Stevens. Clever ball round the corner to Francois, into Delamond. Tried to return the favour to him there after Delamond's assist. It nearly worked, just not quite. And that is Ortega, who apparently was offside. Right, Spiller on the ball, into Hayes. Bradbrook. Dartford are starting to come into this match a little bit more now. Pugh with the shot just over the top. That was close. That was close, and that's the half-time whistle. So after all that, we are currently 1-0 up, which is actually what I said I wanted. I will make some subs. I think Driver coming on for Grant is probably the best one to make right now. Wilson seems to be okay still, so I'll save him for the second half. But definitely when you're defending, you want the fittest players available, and obviously Driver's in a much better condition right now than Grant, so I'd rather have him out there. Plus Driver is just as capable defending and attacking as Grant is. That's a clever ball, and there is Driver into Wilson. Pulls it back to Driver, crosses it. Jones coming in. 2-0. There it is. That's basically what I was talking about with Driver. Twice he played some really, really good passes there, and ended up setting up the goal. Very clever ball. That one especially, played it across the box. The little movement there from Francois put the defender off. Jones sneaking in at the back post. Not the most convincing of finishes, but a good one nevertheless. And there he is doing his defensive duties, and that's a very good ball forward if Spence can get onto it, and he can. And that's not a very good shot. The less said about that shot, the better. Everything apart from that was good. Very good block from Driver and a very, very good ball forward. I could have sworn Jones just played that with his right foot. Might get a replay of it. Delamond offside. Yeah, he did. Right-footed. Both from offside. Delamond and Wilson. That's poor from them. They're looking right across the line as well. Surely they'll be able to see if they're offside or not. Apparently not. What are we in now? 54th minute. They have a free kick. Not really troubling us. Drewson on for Wilson. Let's give him the rest that he needs. Alright, Jones with a free kick. Ooh, hit the crossbar, I think. Looked like it did. Not given a corner, so it must have done. Not a bad effort, that, actually. Delamond with a corner. That's a much better one. And there's Spence with the volley, and that is a fantastic finish from Spence. He's celebrating at the wrong end. I'm not so keen on that, but the goal was good. And now I am surprised, because we're 3-0 up. But that is a better corner from Delamond there than Wilson took in the first half. And the volley sort of proves that, really. Found him in space, edge of the box. And now Jones with a long throw. Finds Haynes, gets the flick on, nobody at the back post. See, if we had someone at the back post, we might have been looking at 4-0. There's O'Brien looking to counter. Driver closing him down pretty well. Sanderson to Spiller. Finds Hayes on the left-hand side. And there's Haynes with the header away. Bradbrook looks like he's shaping to shoot. He does. Haynes blocks. Ortega picks up the ball, plays it safely back to Abdullah. Spence giving it away there. Not good from him. Haynes with the interception, pumps it forward. Ortega with the flick on. Spence coming in. Oh, good effort. And again, a good save from the keeper. Now Drewson pulls it back, all the way back to Driver, who is in trouble. Yeah, O'Brien intercepted that. Okay, Driver needs to get back and help defend now. And that was not a good play from Dartford. And we managed to save ourselves with the throw. Right, Drewson into Delamond. Again, a really poor intercepted pass. Need to do better than that. Come on, play it properly. Reglay, what are you doing? Right, Abdullah to Ortega. He's now been tackled. We seem to have gone from a really, really good team to a really, really poor one in the space of 10 minutes. Spiller, good block by Stevens. Good tackle by Stevens, and with the help of Delamond, he manages to kick it straight back to Dartford. Right. It's only Dartford's mistakes, really, that are stopping them from scoring. If it wasn't for that, they'd probably have got 1 or 2 back by now. Well, having said that, Spence has just put in his second of the game. Another Jones free kick causing problems. And I'm going to make the third and final substitution while we're celebrating that goal. I'm going to bring on McNamee, move Delamond into the defensive position, put McNamee on the other side of the centre midfield. See how he gets on. That's a pretty straight free kick from Jones. Okay, he hit it hard, but the keeper should do better than that. And someone must be picking up Spence's run. I don't know why I'm critiquing the opposition defence, but it's things that I'd want my team to be able to do. Let's put it that way. If my team weren't making those kinds of defensive manoeuvres, then I'd be asking them why. Right, Delamond did well there, considering neither Driver nor Stevens could win that header. McNamee plays it well around the corner. Driver on the ball to McNamee. Francois forward to Spence. Again, he's had a good debut for us today. Scored in his first pre-season game for us, and has scored today as well, twice. If he gets his hat-trick, good on him, I say. Right, McNamee plays it round to Spence. He's onside. Stray the keeper. Should have done better there. Right, O'Brien Plays it back. Ooh, Drewson nearly got there. Very, very nearly got there. Caused problems. O'Brien was running through. Driver caught out of position, but it looks like it came to nothing, so that's okay. Jones with another free kick. And there's his goal. It's his second goal of the game as well, actually, having said that. Apart from the free kick that he played right-footed, where both players were offside, he's been deadly from set pieces today. Even his throw-ins have caused trouble, but this free kick, again the keeper should have done better, but on target, he's hit them just under the bar or around the level of the crossbar each and every time. It was only a matter of time before one went in. Oh, you're kidding. There goes the clean sheet. See, that's as disappointing as a last-minute equaliser, as a last-minute goal. Spence at the near post should have done better. He actually did well to come back and almost make the block, and then it just came off Spiller, and O'Brien was beaten. Should have done better, but 5-1, can't really complain too much, can I? We've played well. Good movement, good attacking traits from our team, but not going mental about it. We have literally controlled the game, which is the tactic that is set up. So I suppose in that respect, we've done alright for ourselves. And that's full time. We have won 5-1. First game of the season, first game in the Vanarama Conference, and we won. So, you know, can't say fairer than that, really. Let's have a look at the schedule quickly. See when our next match will be. Oh, this is something else I've done, by the way. I've arranged friendlies during the season so we can keep our fringe players match fit. I thought that'd be a good idea. I would say our first game back should be Dagon Red here. The 22nd of September. That sounds good to me. Gives us a chance to sort of get our footing in the league, because I imagine our next couple of games, especially against Bristol Rovers and Northampton, I think they'll be pretty difficult. So sort of get our footing, get used to the league. When we come back in September, hopefully by then we're in a pretty, or you know, we have a better idea of where we're going to be come the end of the season. So until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I will see you soon.